So there may be a trade in 5 minutes, 10 minutes that I might take. So I'm gonna record that exact trade if I take it. I'm looking at a short, um, unless we have a PSP right here. If you have a PSP to go higher, then my bias will change. But right now I'm looking for a short and using the orb. So I want us to break through and then make our way up. But just now, look what I just saw. What is that? A micro? And that micro may absolutely. Oh, that's is that a micro? And no, it's not a micro. It's just an SMT. This is a PSP, and this is a PSP. Nice. So let's see. Apparently, we have Trump speaking at 10. So we'll see how that results. But right now, okay. So there's our range, 9:30. So about the 9:45 is about to be placed in, and then we can look at a buy. So watch, we have a 5 minute PSP. All these are PSPs. So right here, candle body SMT. So originally I was short, absolutely. But now I see daily cycle, and this right here lines up in the PSP. See that? So we have a daily cycle of the PSP. I'm changing my mind because the only thing we have up here to reverse us is this daily cycle. And other than that, we're mostly bullish. It's just a Monday, so we needed a pretty solid retracement. So now I see we're closing above the range. So let's see how many ticks I can build a stop loss of. Oh yeah, I can do a normal stop loss. Okay. Yeah. All right. So retracement back into this range, and then I'm gonna be good to go for a buy. And I'm gonna ignore the Dow. Okay. So let's see. That's that 940. It's about to close, and then we can swing out our highs. So right here we have a micro. Bam bam. That doesn't matter to us though. It's a hidden micro. But hidden micro I don't really care too much about. Let me move this over here. Alright. Now let's see. Let's see what happens. Perfect. We dip into there. Our stop loss is going to be 80 ticks about. So as you can see right here is the high and the low of the first 15-minute opening range. We have Dow running way lower, which it's not concerning me really. I think the Dow, yeah, not too concerned with that. But honestly, what I'm watching is this opening range, right? If we close above here with a body, I'm confident with this being bullish. If you close above here with a body, below here with a body, then I'm pretty confident with being bearish. Like I see really powerful reasons for both sides, but I can't decide. So I'm literally just gonna wait until opening range gets swept because if it sweeps this side and then comes here, that means it's just really bad price action and it's gonna continue to chop. And then I'm okay losing 1 RR for it to continue to chop. If that way I'm gonna avoid the worst, pretty much. So I'd rather just wait and just play it safe. Because looking at this, it's consolidation. So if we break out of this today, it's going to be due to something over here. So that's what I'm here for. And let's see. Looks like the micro is loading with the Dow. right here. Yeah, Q2, Q3. About to get kicked in place. Perfect timing with this fair value gap being filled. So yeah, we got some good stuff here. So a close above this, and then a pretty sharp entry. And that would be yeah, there we go. That would be an A setup, not an A plus, because on the we don't have an SMT on the 1 hour. We have just an SMT. But this is a solid sign though. We close below on Dow. It's unfortunate the Dow's running, but it's okay. Better than nothing. See guys, just like this, watch. 930 goes right here. I avoided all of this gunk. I didn't enter anywhere there. Because all I'm doing is just waiting, you know? We have the range. If we don't leave the range, then why would I trade this, you know? Simple as that. So look, this can pull back like to here and still go up. I'm not risking this. Why would I? And I know for a fact that if we go above this, close above this, and I put my stop loss right here, stop loss of what, 90 ticks, I'll risk a bit less and get a 2RR to the high, at least to the high. That's more than enough. So, so we have, let's see what we have. Right. So we have a micro technically on both sides, but not putting too much emphasis on it. All right, we just had this little SMT on the 15 second. That should take us to the high if we're bullish. If that doesn't take us to the high, then we got a problem. Another thing that I really like, this wick didn't hit the bottom. This wick went over halfway of the low here. It's a good sign too. See this? See that? Feels nice. Not doing anything. Sitting on my hands. Over here you can see my Top Step account. I'm just chilling. Just chilling. Dow's running lower. I don't see really what it wants to run for. Probably to the 6 hour gap. Yeah, that 6 hour gap for sure. But I don't see this being that like such a giant reversal for ES and Q. I think they're gonna hold up. All right, PSP right there. Let's see what happens. We have Trump speaking at 10, so I'm able to wait all the way until 11 technically to take a trade. So I am not really in a rush anywhere. So chilling and waiting. So anyway, that PSP, this one dipped a bit lower. Looks like we're at the halfway. Very nice. Just consolidation. I think we're waiting for the Trump speech. Now, look at how ES is not getting back into that gap. These few PSPs here are holding it down pretty well. It's pretty interesting. I'm gonna wait for the 10 a.m. most likely now. Yep, look at that. We're not getting out of that range. We can't. We're stuck. We are stuck. This is literally one of the most satisfying things I've done in a long time. I'm literally just sitting here and just chilling. Just chilling. Yeah, this PSP is being respected, which is great. Would I enter on this? Hell no. Is it clean? It's clean. This is a good entry. If we we didn't have Trump speaking at 10 a.m., this would be a pretty decent entry. Let's see what the True New York. Yep. You see that? We're below True New York here. That's a pretty solid entry. No cap. Honestly, that seems pretty good, dude. It seems pretty good, but okay, look. Dow just swept that 6 hour, so it dipped into there. Let's go ahead and see what NQ is going to do. But that entry seems pretty solid, dude. Let's just see. Not gonna lie, Trump might come out, say some random shit, and then the market's gonna flip. So, always better be safe than sorry. Yep, look at that. So, what do we see? What do we see? A PSP right here. Did we have a 90-minute? Nope. Did we have a daily at the highest? Yep, we have the daily still. And then here during New York, we just pulled back up above True New York. This with a PSP. We didn't hit that gap on ES, but we retraced back on Q. Very nice, very nice. So yeah, if we want to, if we are bearish today and we're gonna expand bearish, we'll close below that, and I can get a sweet 3RR down to this gap, worry free. If we're bearish, but if we're bullish, I can do the same thing. Chilling, big chilling. I like how ES is coming down here. This can create a strong micro. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. All right. Candle micro is in. We got a micro. We created a low on the down. I don't know about you guys, but that's looking pretty clean. We're starting to clean up. That Trump news can really expand this. And we're right around those all-time highs again, so the range opportunity is there if we need it. Beautifully sitting through all this retracement. Safe and sound. And this is also a micro, obviously, with the Dow. Right, I think it's safe to say it's kind of bullish. I would definitely say this is bullish. Now, but we're about to see. Yeah, we still need that close. Without that close, I'm not going nowhere. Look at that. Perfect. Perfecto. And there's that. This is real nice. Really, really nice. Really, really nice. And we already had the retracement right here, so now could pretty much be expansion could be expected. So this we're in a good shape right now. We got this little gap right here, breakaway gap, but this is a PSP, so like my stop loss can be over here. There we go, some bonus points. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. All right, we hit higher time frame on pretty much everything, so I'm just gonna wait those 2 minutes. Yes, we'll probably expand at 10 a.m., but better to be safe than sorry. So I'm just gonna wait. Only got a minute left. I do like when 9:30 pretty much did pure manipulation. Look at this. We ran down at first and it just started going up. Right here, the manipulation. There's a pullback. This is bullish. If you ask me, that's bullish. Nice, nice. This is safe to say is a close above. Beautiful retest on that opening range. Let's see what I'm at on this. Let's see some. Yeah, okay. I took a trade earlier here, a short. That was pretty solid. But I used a different opening range kind of strat for it. All right. Let's see it. There's that 10 a.m. And now let's see. We closed above. Tap back into here. This right there is definitely in good hands. But check that 5 minute. Yes, sir. Bam. Our settings are locked. We are good to go. Let's come over here. So here we go. So I entered a trade. We closed above, right? Entered a trade. Stop loss pretty much at that low, that 5 minute. As you can see, it's literally really aggressive because we closed above opening range. We had manipulation. I'm expecting expansion with the 10 a.m. So look, we might pull back on that 1 hour, but if we do pull back all the way, then that means we pull back into the like low of the body, right, of the previous 1 hour, which I guess that's a risk, but that's okay. If I lose this, I move on because I don't have to take a million trades because it's just one for today. And it's easy as that. Now, obviously, ES didn't close above there, so we have that risk of retracement, but we're in good hands, I think. So let's see. We do have that micro without a PSP between these two. Obviously, there's a PSP with this, but and by the way, the classic 3RR, very basic. Bam, risk 23721.5. Wait, let me go on the micro. MNQ. Here we go. So I entered right here. 23721.5. And my take profit is at 3RR. Bam. And we'll do one partial at about halfway. So one partial right here. Which, what's that at? By the way, if I lose this, I genuinely don't care. Bam. 1.20, fine. If I do lose, but we're gonna check and see what I could have done better, because I have to sit here till 11 anyway, so I am totally fine with the outcome. And by the way, I still have the ability, if I want to take a trade on this account. My only... Okay. So that wick obviously just took me out. And it's easy as that. Bam, I'm out. So I hit that daily loss limit. Pretty much. Let's say hit it. And I'm done on this account. And that was my loss for the day. And that's it. So that's my one trade. That's my first one, obviously. Now let's see that range again. We have 945 right there. We have 930, so low high. And we swept below here, right? Yep. So now let's just go ahead and see what happens. So this is nothing. I don't really, yeah, that's not much there. Okay. I'm honestly really chilling with this. Like, look, okay, I lost it, whatever. It wasn't a copy trader, by the way. It was just this one took a loss. But here, peep this. I used my strategy, and I simply just took a loss. I didn't wait for a pullback, which I guess could have been expected because, you know, Trump news is ongoing. It's not just one thing. But it's okay. You know, I'm not mad about it. I'm gonna move on. Keep chilling. So, but if I want to, I think I absolutely can still take one on here. Obviously, I would be using a normal MQ. So there's that gap. I'm gonna take an entry. We're gonna just do one. Okay, so there's that 5 minute. Where stop loss is gonna be the classic 102. What is this? Is there SMT there? No, we have. Okay, we have that. We have an SSM right here. So you see that's a PSP. So technically, this is a crack in my book. Oh, definitely, it's because of the gap. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna put my stop loss right here. I think, yeah, that's pretty solid. Because if we swing below this gap one more time, we're bearish. You know, there's really not much there. I'm thinking of adjusting it down up to here, really. Yeah, I'm not thinking. Yeah, because look, you see how this one cleanly came down there on the S? Can definitely adjust that. Let's see. Definitely doing that. And just like this, here's my second trade, and If this doesn't hit, you guys will, I promise you, I will click out. Well, obviously, I won't even be at a loss for the day. It's just gonna be a tiny little loss. Be up, but I'm just gonna turn it off, and that's it. Just like that, I'll be done. My bias is still bullish. I still think we're bullish. We're just chopping around. I got wicked out. Respectfully got wicked out. And that's it. Okay, I'm gonna check my heart rate. I typically want it to be around 70 to 75. Well, that's my most average resting heart rate. So, okay, why are we up? Okay, let's see. Oh no, it wasn't 70. It was in the 80s. Yeah, so 80 to 85 usually. So I'm at 82, chilling. But nowadays I can kind of feel it. Like, hey, like you're kind of pushing it. Like you gotta take a break. But sometimes I feel like a little bit lousy, and then I check the heart rate monitor, and I'm like, all right, I'm turning it off. My heart rate's too fast. That means that emotions are coming in place. So right here's a PSP at that low. So I'm definitely gonna adjust my stop loss to here now. Because if we come down to sweep this, it means we're taking this one. Oh, whoops. There you go. And simple as that. We're just gonna wait now. Also, you guys gotta remember this is August, right? So this looks like a mess, but this is August. This is a mess. It's okay. So at the end of the day, this is totally fine. And if we're being honest, No News Monday, technically speaking, this entry could have been, this loss could have been avoided by waiting for a pullback in. But I'm not mad, man. I'm not gonna push it. I'm okay. I see the logic, I see the vision. I believe we're gonna have some expansion to at least this high, and I'm here for it. That's what I'm here for. I think today for a Monday we'll definitely see a nice strong pull. It's also day before CPI right here, as you guys can see. We hit that exact spot on Dow, as I said. So I'm feeling good about this one. All right. So opening range. By the way, if we count up the RR, right, this is 3, and then the loss here was 1, right? So that's a total of 2 RR on the day, which is absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, if I could have given myself a bigger buffer on this account or went half and half, so then I would have taken this as a win. But hey, it's okay. You know, we're all good. I think it's just really important to make sure that you're always waiting for that close above. By the way, my footage is about to run out on this screen recorder, so I'm about to switch it to the next one. All right, perfect. And nothing happened, just expansion. Just like that, we're waiting for this high to be swept, and as you can see, it's just lower high, so all this liquidity should be purged. Send this quick photo. So we just took this 90 minute right there. So we currently have a 90 minute and we're in a Q4. So you see, we're in Q4 on the micro with the 90 minute there. This is, and we're already at about 2 hour. I am definitely going to move my stop loss up. I think break even. And the reason for break even, really simple. It's a Monday. I already took a trade. It's 10:13, so we should be seeing expansion. We already had the pullback perfectly into that wick, into the bottom. We should, and look, ES just swung up into this gap. So if we're bearish, still on the day, we would turn around in this candle. If we're not, then I'm here for it. So worry free rest of the day. And let's see. We hit true day, so that's a pretty strong crack as well. So we got some strength on that, going on that reversal right now for sure. Halfway. Oh man. Halfway on my starter almost if I leave now, but I don't really care. Gotta follow the rules. Um we swept this. Not gonna lie. I think I'm gonna call it a day right here. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a day. I need ES to load for me, please. Hello? Yes. Yes. Alright. There we go. Okay, now we're in this candle. Let's see. What's that? Q3? Alright. It's pretty safe to say we should move our stop loss right here. This retracement here, yeah, for sure. We have a micro coming in if we're bullish on Dow, so we have a micro there. We got some strong stuff on the upside if we are bullish, of course. So, but remember, I'm just playing the game of probability, so just a spectator. Retraced into this candle, which on the S is a gap. So now we're just safe and sound. There we go. I want to see just expansion right now. If I don't see expansion now, I don't want to be in. You see, we wicked up here. This next candle body should just help go through that wick. This is also a 5-minute PSP, so if we have a reversal, it's going to be right now. And I am out. And the reason I'm out, I will explain it to you guys right now. So let me show. Actually, why am I explaining this? I'm gonna put it into the. Well, I'll just explain it. Also put it into the video. So, peep this. On the lows, we had daily, right? Daily plus 1 hour crack. After that, we had some expansion. Not really expansion, more manipulation. It was pretty shitty. Took this high, created a. I guess now we can see it's a temporary 90-minute with a 5-minute PSP. While Dow pulled back up, also respected that 5-minute PSP at the 90 minute and also was there for the bearish setup. Not setup, but just for bearishness. So I called it safe and left. And that's it for me. Now, in terms of probability, one could say I should have stayed in this trade because, um, you know, you entered, you hold it because you paid the price of the risk. But it's no news Monday, and honestly, I feel pretty decent about this. So, obviously, we're just gonna expand right now, retardedly. A 15-minute PSP right here, so we're just gonna watch, see if we get the high. But I'm really not too mad about this. I'm not mad at all, actually. I really don't care about the outcome. Just gonna take a photo of these. It's like about there. That was that first one. Ooh, that was a bad entry. On the 1 minute, that was not pretty. Oh man, that was not the prettiest entry, and the exit was pretty ugly too. But we're chilling. Where was it? To here? Yeah. Okay, 3R. And I left. I left to like 0.5 or R really. But I'm not mad about it, if I'm being honest. Chilling. Not at all. We're chilling. A bit unfortunate on the loss that I took because it, what's interesting is I had my stop loss right here, right there. So if not for that wick that didn't make SMT, I actually wouldn't have lost that trade. But beautiful takeaway. One thing I'm really proud of. I did not go back in and rage. Look at that. I saw this and I was like, fine, because I have trust in the setup and just the ability to wait. So what was this? This was at 10:03 and 9:54. So see this 10:03 candle? Oh shit! Oh my god! Wait, guys, are you seeing this? Here's 10:03 on Top Step X, and here's 10:03 on NQ. That was not supposed to take me out. Wow, that was only on the micro. If I took down one NQ, I wouldn't have got stopped. Holy cow! Well, that is crazy. I wouldn't. I would get stopped out. Oh, I would get stopped out from just the pullback though. Dang. Anyway, I'm fine. Worry free, you know. And ending the day at 1105 on the eval starter eval. I don't really care about this account. I got it because I was just low key mad before, but I'm only gonna use it the same way as when I trade. The same way as when I trade on my mains. But the thing that I'm practicing with the starter is trades like this right here. So this is pretty much those like if I want to take a trade in the opening range, I'm gonna take it on the starter because it's more like short choppy trades that I'm gonna quickly leave and get the green day and move on. Technically, if I want to see if this would work because look, like right here there was a quick micro, so I just scalped the micro real quick, 3RR, and just moved on. And I just want to see if I can get a payout from this. Because if I can get a payout from this and let that roll, it's going to be a good little side bonus. Just, because you don't really got to risk a lot for these things. They either rip your way quick 3R or not. So, um, I think for my loss right here, well, okay. Overall, the reason I didn't win this one is because a big part of it is that I already won a trade. So I'm already at a pretty strong win on the day. 1,100. Can't really complain. Um, but definitely, this right here was just really unfortunate on the micro, but you can't do anything about that. All right, that's it. I'm gonna post this. Just live trading. I guess 2RR. No, not 2RR. 3RR. And then this is another half, right? I guess it's half of an R. Yeah, technically. 50. My risk was 50. Oh no, that's one. Yeah, that's 1RR. Yeah, nice. I got 4R on the day on here, and then lost 1R on the air. So total 3R on the day. So I'm just gonna go ahead and post that, and we're gonna be good to go and move on. Thank you.